Let's take an example. How many ways all letters of the word triangle be arranged such that no two vowels are adjacent? What does this question means? Let's see. If you see in the word triangle, what are the vowels involved? Yes, they are I, A and E. To understand the meaning of this, no two vowels are adjacent. Let me write some examples of some permutations that we can do from the word triangle, which are this. Now let me ask you one question. Out of these 4 examples that I have written of some permutations of this word triangle, which ones of these are not following what is being asked in the question? What is not satisfied by the question? Tell me. So yes, if you see the example 1, I, A are together, no two vowels are adjacent, so this is not satisfied. I, A, E, all the 3 are together, okay, and here A, I and E, third and fourth, they are not together. Any 2 or any 3 are not together. It means what? First and second example are not satisfying what is being asked in the question, but third and fourth are satisfying. Okay, so we have to find arrangements like this. How many such arrangements are possible in which no two vowels are together? How we will do? The question is this. So the question is how to do, how to approach. So yes, the answer is this, which is what we call gap method. So what is the concept behind this? Let's see. For which let's define constraint objects, constraint letters. What are these? Yes, they are I, A, E, because the constraint is on the vowels that they should not be together. So which which allows us to define the other one, which is what we call non-constraint letters, which are in this question are these T, N, G, R, L. Now the concept here is there are 2 subtasks involved. The first subtask is to arrange the constraint objects. So the subtask 1 is number of ways of arrangement of constraint letters, and the second subtask is number of ways of arrangement of non-constraint letters. So what is the method involved here? Let's see. So the method is, the first step is this: create gaps. So create gaps between whom? Between what? Which elements? So yes, creating gap between non-constraint letters. That were how many? T, N, G, R, L, which is like this. That's the first step. So these are non-constraint letters, and now we will create gaps between these 5 on both sides, like this. So there are 5 elements. So how many gaps are created? Yes, there are 6 gaps created. So what this next step is this: arrange constraint letters in gaps. So here it is, and constraint letters are I, A. So I, A and E can be arranged in 6 gaps in how many ways? Yes, 6p3 ways. For example, like this, like A, I and E, they occupies this and this space, like this, A, I and E. So these gaps which are now left, they are removed, or we can say that they are of no use, like this. So like this and this 3 gaps which are left, they are removed, or they are T and N are considered as adjacent. G, R and the gap after L is considered invalid, or we can say they are removed or they are useless. So effectively this means this. Okay, so now we are having T and G R L at these specified positions, and A, I, E are already, they are arranged in these selected positions in 6p3 ways already. So what is the third step? Yes, now we will arrange the non-constraint letters. So T and G R L, these positions are now fixed for these non-constraint elements, so they can be arranged in how many ways? 5 positions and 5 letters. So yes, they can be arranged in 5 factorial ways. So from the concept of number of, we will multiply these two, number of ways of arranging the constraint letters and number of ways of arranging non-constraint letters. Using this, the answer would be 6p3 into 5 factorial. Okay, let's take another example. Number of words that can be formed by arranging all letters of the word Permanul, Permanul. So yes, it means what? This is a question without constraint. Now if I add few more things, such that no two amongst P, R, M, N are adjacent. So number of words that can be found by arranging all letters of the word Permanul such that no two amongst P, R, M, N are together or are adjacent. So it means what? So yes, the question actually means like this, that no two means not 3, not 4. Nobody should be adjacent. P is, see, as in this example, P is away from R and M. They all, nobody is adjacent to each one of them. P, R, M, N. Okay, so such type of arrangements we have to find. It means we have to use what? Yes, gap method. So yes, we will use gap method. Okay, that we understood in the last example. So what exactly gap method is? So yes, gap method is used in arrangements where a set of specific objects or letters must not be placed together or adjacent. In this discussion, we are using gap method for distinct letters, distinct objects, words having distinct letters only. So what about this question? How we will proceed with this? What should be our answer? So yes, the first step is to write the non-constraint elements, which are the remaining ones from this E, A, L and U, which I have written like this. And the second step is to do what? Yes, to create gaps like this. So there were 4, so how many gaps are created? Yes, 5 gaps. Now in these 5 gaps, we have to arrange what? Yes, the 4 non-constraint elements in how many ways? Yes, 5p4 ways, which is what? Which is arrangement of PR and M in 5 gaps. So for example, let's say it's like this. Like this, P, R, N, M, one gap is left, which is equivalent to what? So this gap is removed or this gap is not considered. So E and A are adjacent. Now we have defined the spaces for E, A and U. These 4, in these 4 spaces only can be arranged in how many ways? Yes, 4 factorial ways. So arrangement of constraint multiplied by arrangement of non-constraint elements, their multiplication is the answer. Okay guys, so this was gap method for distinct letters, distinct objects.